Superstar Employee of the Month is unfortunately not here this evening, but that's not going to save me from giving credit where credit is due. So I guess I will accept this on behalf and brag about him as well too. The Superstar Employee of the Month is Evan Humphrey, who is our computer technology specialist. And here are the nice things that the people of the district had to say about Evan. He consistently devotes time outside of work hours, even on vacation, to address district needs. His deep knowledge of technology infrastructure and operations keeps ACS on the cutting edge of innovation, and he possesses the ability to learn and to master technology-related systems with ease. So, even though he's not here, if we can give Mr. Humphrey a round of applause and I will be sure to convey that message to him.
I believe the most recent example of his committedness was he was in a tree stand and the heat was not working in one of our buildings, and he was texted in the tree and told, please get out of the tree and get on a computer and fix this, and he did. So there's dedication.
So he's a wonderful employee and master of many trades for us. Well deserved honor.
Presentation from Algonac Child Care. Tammy and Kelly.
Good evening, everybody. Something occurred to me as we were saying the pledge. As you know, we say it in elementary school every day. And even we have volunteers from the classrooms come every day. And we say it quite slowly with the little kids. We say it with a little bit different interpretation, but an interesting thing always for me is when I say it with all of you. You go really fast. It's really hard for me to keep up, being used to with all those little kids. It's my pleasure tonight to introduce the director of the Latchkey program and ABC Childcare. She's brought some reinforcements. Ladies, please stand up. This is some of our hardworking staff. Ms. Sharon, who also works at Fairhaven. Ms. Nancy, who I had the pleasure of employing with my grandson. She does a great job. And Miss Kathy. And we can give them a They do a wonderful job. I'll turn this over to Miss Kelly, and she will tell you a little about the program. And she brought Dawn and Anne Marie, who are also going to share information. So, Miss Kelly?
I gotta have these.
Can we use the microphone? Microphone?
Oh, you probably don't need it with me, but
We
can you hear
can't.
me?
No, not really well.
No?
Yeah.
Better? Yes?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Good evening. As Mrs. Rawlings said, my name is Kelly Williams, and I am the program director for the ABC Preschool and Child Care Program. I am so excited to be here tonight and want to thank you for this opportunity. If you're not familiar with our program, we service 3- and 4-year-old preschool and offer child care for 4 weeks old to 13 years of age. Here tonight are just a handful, which were already introduced, of the wonderful teachers and caregivers that make high quality a realization, not just a goal. I would like to take this exciting opportunity to introduce Dawn Kaufman and Anne Marie Palmer, our Great Start to Quality consultants. Mrs. Kaufman has been working with our program for just over a year to help us achieve and implement all of the state requirements for the highest quality of preschool and child care required by licensed centers. So now would like to turn the presentation over to Mrs. Kaufman and Mrs. Palmer, who have been gracious enough to give up their time to bring you important information about Great Start to Quality and our part in achieving a 5-star rating.
I am also very loud, so you'll probably hear me plenty clear enough. Thank you for letting us come today. As Kelly has mentioned, I've been working with her for well over a year. My role is I'm part of Great Start to Quality, which is a statewide initiative to improve the quality of care and to educate the public, the community, the school boards, those people that are supporting their local childcare program. Because as we know, and let me get you a slide here, there. I'm not gonna read this to you, you all can read, I'm sure. But research has found that over 75% of a child's brain develops in the first 5 years. Very critical. By the time they get to the school, 75% of the brain has already been developed. That's why the state has been granted so much money to work with programs to improve quality, to take the steps necessary. Currently, it's a volunteer program. Programs do not have to participate with us. The service that I provide is free. I come on site. We do all sorts of different kind of consultation services. I work directly in the classroom with teachers that want some role modeling of how to play out the activities, how to initiate small group. We also work through an assessment tool to know what 5-star quality looks like. We use the PQA, which is a statewide tool that is used by High Scope. I work in 8 counties. Fortunately, right now, only have to travel in 5, and soon only have to travel in 2. So I'm very blessed with the fact that we have now hired another consultant. That's just a personal note. I drive a lot. I drive about 1,000 miles a week. So I'm going to show you quickly, and Kelly has brought copies of this for you. I cannot see this is the wrong one. This is our Connections magazine. She did bring, you can get on the mailing list in order to have the nice copies. Without being on the mailing list, I could only get my hands on the one. So she is bringing you copies. This explains very thoroughly why quality matters, why it's so important for the school district, the school board, everybody to work cohesive with your local child care. We need them to be supported. We need them to know what you need. Currently at the Elginak Child Care site, there are 2 GSRP classrooms. Those GSRP classrooms have already had their PQAs completed for the spring and are currently getting them done for the fall. For our rating system, 5 stars requires you to have administratively a certain number of points for paperwork that's done to make sure your administration's done well, your policies are well, your curriculum, your assessment, as well as your staffing credentials, all of those things. And Kelly has been working and working and working nonstop and has achieved that 5-star status. So kudos to Kelly, because that's not an easy task. Very, very impressive. Very fun to work with. That's why I don't mind the 2.5-hour drive to get here, because I come very regularly. People all know me on a first name basis now. But in order to fully earn the 5 stars, which will be published on the state site, which is this site here that I have up for you, it's Great Start Connect. She has to also have a PQA score combined of all of her classrooms of over 4.5. Currently, the 2 GSRP classroom scores are below a 4.0. So I don't work with the GSRP program because they have the early childhood specialist, which is already employed through the St. Clair RESA. I can go in and offer additional support if they ask me to, but unless they do, I can't. So my time is all spent with the private pay part. Because she's submitted at the 5 stars and has been validated at that high level administratively, she is now very soon going to be receiving a visit from somebody coming out to do the PQA in her classrooms. Hoping, fingers crossed, that things go really well. But when I come in to do a general assessment, to look over what's going on, the practices that they've changed, the trainings that they've implemented, I have no doubt that they are going to score very, very high. Are we going to get high enough to average the scores out to be a 5-star? No idea. We're hoping. But please know, with your GSRP sites, I do work with Shannon Baker very closely, and we are constantly communicating to make sure that we can overall get the scores up to where they need to be. It's just, I am also a school board member for my local school, so I sit at the table that you all sit at, and I take it very personally. I'm an early childhood specialist. I'm a child advocate. This is my love. This is my passion. And there aren't a lot of programs that I work with that has been as dedicated as Kelly has been, who has made so many changes and given of her time and her energy, done everything she possibly can without having financial necessities. There's things that you can change without needing that. There's things that you kind of need, but that's a whole nother story. We won't go there with you guys. That's a whole nother thing. This website here is the Great Start to Quality website. This will give you all sorts of information about what Great Start to Quality is, how it works. We have regions. I don't want to go into every little thing with you because that magazine you have is going to give you most of what you need.